author. So I'm just letting you all know that is happening. Crystal Laura is going to be a best-selling author, and we are going to be celebrating in next week's Monday room. Crystal Laura, the mic is yours.
Hello, happy Monday. Oh my gosh, Rachel, you have me smiling from ear to ear. Thank you so much for that awesome introduction. Happy Monday, everyone. Let's share the room. If you are here on Clubhouse, hit that box at the bottom with the arrow pointing up. Let's bring some friends in here because today's message is the reason why I am launching my book. I have been able to get over the struggle of lack of confidence. All right. And so today I want to go over the 3 reasons why people struggle with their confidence. And I have a lot of things going on, and I've been able to bust through. And this is how I've been able to get so far. Okay. So this is what I love to help people do. I love to help women. I love to help mostly women, entrepreneurs, moms go after their dreams and goals. Okay, so that is my goal. I really want to make sure that I help ignite your fire. Okay, so put your seatbelt on. It's a wild ride. If you're new to Clubhouse or you're new to the Health is Wealth segment, we go live every Monday at noon. So you hear my beautiful voice. And so I talk all things health and wellness, entrepreneurship, confidence, fitness, nutrition, healthy nutrition, mindset, habits, like all of the things, right? With regards to the relationship with yourself and how you can show up powerfully in the world. So if you need a little ignition to light your fire here today, stay tuned, stick with us. We're going to be here for the next 30-ish minutes, and hopefully I give you some gold and some things to think about. Please post in the comments, engage with the people here on stage. I'm going to give you my 3 tips today, and then I want to open it up for Q&A. So without further ado, the 3 things that I find that holds people back from being their confident best self is number 1, fear of failure. So a lot of times people have a fear of I can't even say the words, fear of failure. I've gotten over them, right? I still struggle too, right? When we go after our big dreams and goals, we don't want to fail. We don't want to look dumb. We don't want to look like we don't know what we're doing. So it's common for us to feel like that self-doubt creeps in. We don't want to screw up. We want to get it right. We want to be perfect every time, right? We want to show up as the expert on day 1. I'm a fitness coach, right? So I teach 30-minute HIIT and kickboxing sessions to women all over the world. And I'll tell you, there's so many women that call me and they start, and then 3 days later, they're like, well, I'm not seeing results yet. I didn't realize it was going to take so long. Well, yes, you're not going to be perfect on day 1 or day 2 or day 3. That consistency breeds the results, right? But if we stop because we're afraid to kind of work through the motions and build the skill and the confidence that's necessary for the results, then we're never going to see them. And we're not going to be confident. So in my programs, in my fitness program specifically, we have a system for high intensity interval training. So we work for 30 seconds at a time, and we do 6 or 7 different exercises, and then we do multiple repetitions. So multiple rounds and repetitions over time, whether it be in your fitness routine, maybe it's in your habits, maybe it's in your business, maybe it's in speaking. I know Rachel was talking about developing, your good speaker kit and being a speaker. You have to drill the skills and drill the movements. That's how you get better, right? Every Olympic athlete, they practice. It's progress over perfection. Okay, so that fear of failure, that self-doubt that creeps in is totally natural, but we must push through. And whenever we feel that we fail, quote unquote, fail, I always see it as an opportunity to learn and to grow, right? So maybe you didn't get it right. Maybe it wasn't perfect. Maybe it wasn't what you had thought. I've been through several launches of different programs. I have built communities literally starting from scratch. I started with just me running down the side of the road. and then had people follow me, right? And so I built communities from scratch. I've moved 4 times in the last 6 years, and I've had to rebuild programs, communities, networks. All right. And so it takes consistent movements, even if nobody's watching, even if you feel like no one's going to show up, or maybe one person shows up. That's where it's not a failure. So I know in the beginning, when I first started my business, I was so worried about how many people were watching and the numbers. And as I was live, oh my gosh, there's only 3 people on right now. Sometimes people watch on replay. They are watching you consistently show up. And if I were to look at the numbers right now, everyone's, kind of getting back to school. It's still summer. We can tell all these stories, which can make us feel like we're not as far along, or that there's something wrong with us. If we don't have as many people showing up, or the numbers start to change. So I say, scrap the numbers, show up anyways. All right. So you're here for massive growth. You're here to reach your potential. You're here to bust through the self-doubt and the fear of failure. So show up anyways. I'll tell you, just before this call, I was looking at the numbers, and we were a couple of us on the back channel. We're like, hey, maybe should we close the room? Should we keep going? Should we keep this going? So shout in the comments if you want to keep this going. We have to keep the train going. You got to keep showing up. And you have to invite some people in here. So bring some people into this room, share it on your socials, follow people, because the speakers on this platform in Breakfast with Champions, we pour into you. All right. We want to ignite your fire. We want to help you. We want to help you learn. We want to help you grow. We want to shorten that time period of self-doubt and overwhelm and the stress and the pressures of going after your big goals and dreams, right? So we're here for massive growth. We're here to innovate. We're here to try different things and keep showing up no matter what. So yes, there might be a fear of failure, but I find too, some people fear the success as well, because it's going to take a new version of you. Once you achieve and you bust through this self-doubt and this overwhelm, and you've reached that next stage maybe in your career, maybe in your business, or maybe it's in your fitness. Now you got to keep it up, right? So that could be just as stressful. So, just be careful. So that way, I just want to bring some awareness to you here today. Catch yourself when things come up, when you feel that resistance and that self-doubt creep in. What is it really? Is it fear of failure because the perfectionism, and you're afraid to look like you're not as far along as you want to be? Or is it the fear of success, of having to keep that momentum, keep the train going, and recognizing that it's going to take a new version of you to keep elevating, to keep leveling up in ways that you never imagined? So this is what I see commonly. And this is what I've grown through, and I still continue to work through this even today, right? I'm in launch week for my book. Thank you so much, Rachel, for that shout out. I'm in the final edits. I am working tirelessly trying to get this thing out. I have an incredible launch team. If you want to be a part of my launch team, please let me know. I have a private Facebook group, and I'm going to be going live. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be events. We're going to have some fun this week. So you cannot pre-order it yet. But if you join the launch team, and if you join here, I'm going to change the link above here so that.
Add me.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Cool. Yeah. So we are going after, there we go. That's the Health is Wealth community. That's my free community. So I go live in there. I host classes. There's workouts. There's all kinds of things that I'm actually live in that group right now. So if you're not on Facebook, or if you're not on Clubhouse, or if you have to pop off and you want to go back and catch that replay, it's live in my community. All right. So stay tuned there. Follow me over on Instagram. Send me messages. I'd love to have you a part of the launch team. And we're not meant to do this life alone. And it's people like Rachel and Tosh and Jessica and Matt and everyone else in this community that has paved the way to show me what's possible and cheer me along. And it's like, when those words come out from Rachel's mouth, that I have chills running through me. She's like, I'm putting it out there. She's going to be a best-selling author. In 1 week, I'm going to be celebrating that. Why not put it out there? Yeah, it's scary. Yes, it is. And we're going to be courageously confident and lean into that self-doubt and that discomfort and that fear. And we're going to do it anyways. Okay. Because we got one life, one shot at this. All right. So stop sleeping on your dreams and stop letting the fear of failure hold you back. Take action. Okay. So that's number one. Fear of failure is what I see that busts people's confidence down tenfold. Fear of failure, number one, that keeps us stifled, keeps us stuck, keeps us playing in that self-doubt. No more. For those of you who are on Facebook, thank you so much. I'm catching up with the comments. I can't see all of them in real time, but yeah, make sure you hit the StreamYard as well so that you can, so that I can see who's commenting. All right, cheering you on. We're not meant to do this life alone. Absolutely. We're all in community. And the more people that are in your tribe, in your corner, the less self-doubt you're going to have. Okay? Because those voices, the bigger voices that are on your tribe, on your team, shout out to my incredible team. I have an editing team. I have an incredible team that have been working tirelessly, trying to keep me afloat, trying to keep me from creeping into that self-doubt and that fear of failure, right? I'm set up for success because I have a tribe and I have an amazing team that is supporting me and cheering me on. And they believe in me. And sometimes we need people that believe in us when we're doubting ourselves. So we're not meant to do it alone. So get into community, because number two, when we get into community too, this is one other reason that a lot of times I see people bust down their confidence, is their comparison. So yes, we're not meant to do this life alone, but we need to get into community as ourselves, blooming where we're planted in our own journey, whether it be in our fitness or in our business or in our career, or maybe in your speaking or as an author, right? This is going to be my second book. So my second round. The first one was a Crystal Clear Life Planner, the 90-day action plan to embrace chaos and live a fulfilling life. This was 2 years ago. I birthed this baby, right? But I was like, I had some struggles with that launch, and I wasn't really proud of it. I was comparing myself to all these other authors, these best-selling authors, and everyone who's getting all these big stages with their books. And I'm like, no one knows about my planner except for my amazing community, right? I want to get the word out there, but I didn't quite do it right. I feel like, so there's kind of some comparison creeping in as I went into the second launch. And I hired my amazing book coach. Shout out to Marcus Black. He's incredible. So if y'all want to launch a book, he has been an incredible resource for me. And so he's helping me with this launch because I was like, I want to do this right. Right. And so he has helped me so much, literally keep me in check, keep me organized, keep me on target, keep me focused so that I don't creep into that comparison. Now, this is my first memoir type book. My first book was a planner, right? I didn't tell a lot of my stories, right? So I can't really compare my first book to the second one, right? This is a brand new way of getting my message out to the world. And so what happens is, because I'm already an author, right? So look at my voice is already saying I'm already kind of an author. No, I am an author. I am a published author. And watch as this creeps in. How your language and how you talk to yourself and how you say things out loud is so important. So that comparison can creep in, which can cause impostor syndrome, right? When we compare ourselves, we doubt our abilities and our achievements. And you just watched me say it just right here. It's like, oh, I'm sort of an author. No, I am an author already, but I'm going to be a best-selling author next week. So that's a shift, right? So I can't doubt my abilities and my community and my coach and my mentor and my tribe of the people that need me to show up powerfully. So the more I shrink, the more I compare, the more imposter I am, the more I do that, the less magic I put out to the world, right? I don't show up as much. Maybe you don't show up as much because you're scrolling, you're spending time scrolling and comparing, or maybe getting another, doing another course or trying to reach for that next thing. because you don't feel like you have the tools that are inside of you. So what my amazing coaches and my team has been able to do is pull out the goodness that's within me that I already have, that's within me right here, right now. And so this book that's going to be launching next week is my first attempt at this memoir where I'm going to be going through my 5 steps to courageous confidence. So this is part of the whole foundation of the work that I do with emotional intelligence and confidence and wellness and holistic wellness and fitness and emotional fitness and wellness. So we can pour into everyone and everything else we do. So this courageous confidence model is what I'm going to go through in this book. So I'm going to pack a punch, right? I'm going to be going through some of the tough stories that I've been able to go through to create this courageous confidence model. All right. So I've compared myself to other people. I have doubted my abilities. I have focused on the wrong things. And I've been able to come up with a system and a recipe for success to bust through, right? And still work on achieving our plans and goals, right? So this courageous confidence model is coming out as part of the book. I'm super excited. I can't stop thinking about it. It lights me up. And some of y'all, like even Marcus, he's like, there's some of these stories in this book that I haven't heard yet. It's because I've been on stages, I've been on podcasts, I've been having my own show here on Clubhouse, in my community. I've been on YouTube, I've been all over telling these stories. However, I glaze over them. So where are you glazing over some of your stories and your achievements in your life? Where are you saying like, oh, well, in the middle of my NFL career, like for me, this is in the middle of my NFL career, I was in a toxic, abusive relationship. And I took karate as a kid. And I had to I had to use the self-defense techniques on an ex-boyfriend one day. But that's like highlight of the story. But there's so much more depth to it, right? There's a lot that I had to work through. There's a lot that I had to bust through. There's a lot of worthiness and self-doubt that I had to bust through, right? So those are the types of stories that I dissect in the book. And I'll tell you, this has been an empowering experience to be able to unpeel these layers and discover this next level version of this book, the next level version of me, and how I can use these tools to help others. And this is the ripple effect of your leadership. So we're all CEOs and leaders of our life. So the second you step into that role model mindset, you're out of comparison because you're doing it in a place of servant. You're serving your audience. You're serving your family. You're serving your friends. You're serving your community. You're serving your church. It's not about you anymore. It's about making a difference. And when we're comparing, we're comparing and it's making it about us and our ego. When ultimately it's about the ripple effect and the impact that you want to make and the legacy you want to leave. So when we can switch that, we can focus on our own progress, our own abilities, instead of doubting our abilities and playing small and staying stuck. Why not put yourself out there? What are you waiting for? And we already went over the fears, right? But we're going to bust through those fears and have some courageous confidence and go after our dreams and goals. Step into that next level version of you. Step into that role model mindset because they're always watching. Stop looking at the numbers. Stop worrying about who's showing up and who's not and why they aren't. Keep showing up anyways. Keep going because I'll tell you the consistency is what is going to breed the progress over time, over the amount of people. There's so many coaches out there that literally small audience can make a huge impact. It's not about 10 million followers. I don't have 10 million followers. I don't have the blue check mark. I don't have I don't, right? It might seem like it, but because I'm consistently everywhere, right? I'm trying to build, I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to create a bigger impact, but it's one day at a time, consistently showing up. And if I were to cancel this live session right now, I would be robbing maybe the one person that needs to hear this. that's going to ignite their fire and go after their dreams and goals and face the fears and ask for help and maybe follow someone on stage and maybe go after just that next level version. Maybe get that next, maybe start writing your book. Reach out if you need support. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to connect you with my network that is helping to fuel me forward because I'm not doing this alone. Right? So get in the right community and stop comparing yourself to others and just take action right where you're at. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better to not be perfect. No one likes perfect anyways. It's boring. Okay? So own the messy middle. That's in the book too. We're going to talk about the messy middle. All right. So 3 reasons why people struggle with their confidence. Number 1, fear of failure. Okay. So be ready to move forward and face the fears and go after it anyways. Number 2, comparison and imposter syndrome. We're going to focus on our progress. We're going to bloom where we're planted, and we're going to celebrate our achievements. So in a week, please come back at noon Eastern Standard Time. Next Monday, I'm actually going to be in Punta Cana. I'm going to be teaching. I contracted with these 5-star resorts. So I'm the resident boot camp instructor for my birthday week. I'm going to be 40 and fabulous next week, and I'm going to be teaching boot camp all week at this 5-star resort. So I'll be tuning in from Punta Cana next Monday, celebrating my Amazon bestseller. So number 3, third reason why people struggle with confidence. They are overwhelmed in their workload and they are burned out. All right. So when we're burned out, when we're overloaded or overwhelmed, it puts a stress and pressure on our nervous system, on our mental health, and our physical well-being. Okay. So how do we reverse that? Take care of our mental health and our physical well-being. Ding, ding, ding. Shocker. So as a fitness coach and emotional intelligence coach, I have to have this as part of my talk here today. Okay. Because burnout, it directly impacts your confidence. Burnout keeps us exhausted, overwhelmed, and then it puts us into analysis paralysis and comparison mode. Because we're like, oh, we must do more in order to achieve more, in order to get to the success. So we need to work longer hours, more. We need to do more. We need to be on more, more lives, more things, more classes, more speak, all the things and everywhere. That can lead to burnout. Okay. So when we lose sight of our dreams and our goals and the achievements that we're doing, that's what happens. We tend to get back into that comparison of like, oh, we need to do more. We need to push more. We need to hustle more. We need to grind more. Now, yes, there is a version of that, and there's times and places for it. For instance, like this last week has been a push for this book, right? But it's temporary. And I intentionally set my goals. I intentionally set my self-care routine, and I intentionally set my movement and my nutrition so that it's part of my schedule. Okay. So I schedule the downtime. I schedule the trips away where I can reset and reflect. And I have my big retreat coming out. Shout out. Oh my gosh, I had some amazing sponsors and we sold out the retreat last week in Costa Rica. So that's coming up September 23rd to the 28th. So that's coming up. I'm taking an incredible group of women. I have some female veterans that have been able to go on a scholarship because of these amazing sponsors. So if you know of other companies that are willing to sponsor female veterans to attend these types of events and create the best next level version of themselves, send me a message. I'd love to have a conversation of what that looks like. Because this is so powerful. Now I know that I'm going to spend 6 days with these women. And I live with them, myself and my team. We pour into them for 6 days straight. So I know that I need to schedule my self-care before and I need to schedule my self-care afterwards. This same thing goes for a book launch. Same thing goes for a course launch or maybe a big event that you have. Your nervous system is going to go on overdrive. You're going to be running on adrenaline. You're going to be excited and scared and then maybe moments of defeat and worry and anxiety and then self-doubt, and then you're going to be excited, and then you're going to be so your nervous system is all over. And so as an emotional intelligence coach, I love to help people prepare themselves for what their nervous system is going to go through, and then they staying grounded in those moments where you want to fly through the roof because you're so excited, right? And yes, we want to be there, but also we want to be grounded and centered and poised and confident and ready for whatever is going to come our way. And so this is a skill that needs to be built. And so this is what I love to help people do. It's not just about fitness. It's a mindset and it's a movement. It's a movement of riding the waves, the peaks and the valleys, the mountains and the droughts, right? And the waterfalls and the explosion and there's so much at any given day. Studies show that we go through a range of 400 different emotions in a day. 400 different triggers of different emotions. And our nervous system goes like this all the time. So how do you ride the waves and how do you stay grounded so we're not in such reactive mode and we're not freaking out or getting high bursts of laughter and and then deep despair and depression and right? So it's easy for us to follow those waves if we're not careful. So staying in the groundedness takes mindfulness. It takes intention. It takes proactive planning and having someone in your corner to be able to do that. So this is what we do in the Careers Beyond Limits community. And this is what I love to do as a coach and as a mentor and as a life tour guide, is help you ride the waves. So we do that with the power of movement, moving our body every day, journaling, intentions, goal setting, gratitude, celebration, reflection, and then recognizing the proper nutrition, fueling our body properly with the proper mindset, proper flipping the script so we're not going into a negative spiral of the comparison, the impostor syndrome, the fears, the self-doubt, the overwhelm, all of this, gosh, it's so much. Especially if you're in your home and you're cocooning and you're going through hard things and you want to isolate yourself. So this is what I love to help people do. So my book is The Road to Resilience, right? Is helping you get back up again, drive pedal to the metal, to bounce forward, not bounce back. We're not going back there. We're fueling ourselves forward with a set of tools to be courageously confident, to set goals, to manage your routine, your habits, set yourself up for success, to fuel yourself forward and move your body every single day, no matter what. All right. So that movement can look differently. Right. And depending on where you're at in your fitness journey, my workouts you're able to move your body all levels. We can take out the impact. We move for 30 minutes, including warm up and cool down. You don't need any equipment. You could do it right from the privacy of your own home. I'm here visiting my family here in Buffalo, New York. I landed at midnight last night. I woke up and I taught at 6 a.m. to my clients from literally the middle between the kitchen and the dining room. On the dining room floor right here, no matter what, right? So it's a no matter what mentality, knowing that it's your preventative maintenance to be able to manage our nervous system, our reactions, our mental health, and our physical health, which clearly impacts our confidence and our ability or lack thereof to show up and go after our dreams and goals. When we feel better, we look better, we dress better. I had a conversation with another client yesterday who's replacing her wardrobe. Every time she goes to buy, she wants to buy more things that are colorful, right? And so every time she goes to buy a new shirt, she bought a new shirt yesterday that was green. And as she said, every time I buy something that's colorful, I'm taking a black item out of my dresser or out of my closet because it's so common. We hide behind wearing black because it's slimming, because it makes us feel good, maybe some of the baggy clothing, right? So if you're not being consistent in your habits, in your self-care routine, in your fitness routine, in your nutrition, in your sleep routine, in your hydration, All of this is a combination that helps prevent burnout and overwhelm and self-doubt and fear and all of this stuff. So movement is your medicine. All right. And it helps us just feel better. We feel more accomplished. So let's start setting some goals. Let's start moving forward and taking massive action, getting into community, and let's start being more confident, courageously. Now, what does courageous confidence mean? It means we know that it's scary. What we want to go after might be scary. We might lose people. People might not get it. That's going to be scary, but we're going to do it anyways. That's courageous. That's leaning into the discomfort, because nothing good comes from our comfort zone. And any achievement, any transformation that you've ever been through, think back. There was a level of sacrifice and uncomfortableness. That's what made the achievement taste so good and feel so good, because you endured. I'm not saying everything has to suck and everything has to be painful. No. You can endure it and know that you're so focused on your dreams and goals that you're unstoppable. And nothing is going to stop you. And you're going to do whatever it takes, like your life depends on it, because it does. Because we get one shot. And the average lifespan of most humans is 75 years. So you got 75 summers, 75 winters, 75 springs, and 75 falls. So what are you going to do with your 75? Hopefully it's more. Most of my grandmas, they live till their 80s and 90s and sometimes longer, right? So I'm praying for that. But I'm not waiting till I'm retired. I'm not waiting for the day. I'm not waiting anymore. So what are you waiting on? What are you sleeping on? What have you been dreaming of that you've put aside? What's going to light you up? What's going to set you on fire? What's going to ignite yourself so that you wake up every single day? Rachel, shout out to Rachel. I don't think she's on stage anymore, but Rachel in her stories this morning, make sure you're following everyone on stage. In her stories this morning, she said, if you do what you love, you won't dread a Monday. So who doesn't have a case of the Mondays anymore? Because they're doing what they love. Because it's setting your soul on fire. I never feel like I work a day in my life. I travel everywhere. I'm always here, no matter what. I train, I take my tripod, my timer, my iPad, and a speaker, and 3x5 cards. No fancy studio. It's a no matter what mentality. So I get to travel all over. I designed my business this way. I designed my life this way, because there were times where I didn't have a job because I moved away from my husband's job, which landed me in some despair and fear and comparison and impostor and kept me stuck for way too long. So I said, no more. I'm designing a life I don't have to vacation from, and I don't have to move away and restart and redefine. I get to travel all over and not skip a beat. So I get to show you what's possible too. So if you've been sleeping on your dreams and there's parts of you that you want to bring out, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a speech, maybe it's a new relationship, maybe it's hiring a coach, maybe it's getting into a new community, going after your fitness goals. Stop sleeping on your dreams. Don't wait. Come back to Puerto Rico. Yes, I would love to. All right. So 3 reasons that I see that people struggle with their confidence: fear of failure, self-doubt. Number 2, comparison and imposter syndrome. Number 3, burnout, overwhelm, and not taking care of their body. So hopefully if you found your space in any one of these, congratulations, you're a human and you're going through this difficult thing called life. Okay, so reach out for help if you need support. I love to help people work through this. So in Clubhouse, the pinned link above is to my free community. Please send me a message. Follow me over on Instagram. Share this message with someone that you love, someone that needs to hear this. Share this community, share this space, because we're not meant to do life alone, right? And so we're so much powerful together as a tribe, showing others what's possible, lifting each other up, celebrating the heck out of each other, and just keep going after it. Just keep going. So this is the Health is Wealth community. Mondays at noon Eastern Standard Time every Monday. I'm Crystal Laura Cruz. I'm going to land the mic here. I want to hear from someone else on stage over in Clubhouse. If you feel free to unmute, ask any questions, raise your hand, come up on stage. Shout out to my amazing team and Annette here. She'll be answering questions, posting some links as well. So if you have, thank you. Mama knows best. Y'all on Clubhouse, if you don't know, if you're from the Northeast, Tim Hortons is the best coffee, in my opinion, on the face of the earth. Hashtag not an ad, but I made it to Buffalo at midnight last night. This is my first cup of Tim Hortons coffee that just got delivered to my desk. Oh, thank you, Mama. Oh, she knows best. Okay, so, it's glorious. Okay, so let me yield here. Someone on mic and ask a question, share.
Hi. Good afternoon. My name is Nadia. I am so shocked that I'm talking on this platform. Wow. I just want to say thank you so much for being so transparent, so clear, and you were talking directly to Nadia. When I tell you, I have been so afraid of success. The opportunities that come to me, oh my gosh, the emails, the text messages, the phone calls, the checks. I just become so terrified. And I just thank you so much for giving me that woosah. It's okay, Nadia, go. That's what you did for me just a little while ago. Everyone, and even everyone who spoke before you, just thank you. Thank you. And I yield the mic.
Thank you, Nadia. What is, first of all, I just want to celebrate you and honor you for stepping up and sharing here today. I know you started by saying that you're surprised that you're speaking. Can you tell me more about that?
I was a bit intimidated by the Breakfast Club. It just seems so like everyone is like super happy, so positive, and that's who I am naturally. But I was just more so intimidated by how accomplished everyone is, and everyone just know where they're going, what they're doing, and everything that comes from them is so positive. And I just kind of felt, well, I'm not ready to talk. I don't sound like them, and you talked about that a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I'm happy that I'm actually talking here.
I'm smiling ear to ear. You can't see my face right now, but definitely join my free community, Nadia. I would love to talk with you offline because guess what? You're now a part of that speaking crew. You took the stage. You made the courageous move. You unmuted, you unmiked yourself, and you said, I'm going after it. And you shared your thoughts and your dreams and your desires and what resonated with you. So you're doing it and you are accomplished. So I just want to say thank you so much for that courageous move and for sharing your thoughts and reflections. Your brain is already keeping track. Like you're already on the next level, completely next level. So Nadia, can you just, because this is my first time meeting you, I just gave you a follow. Do you mind sharing what you're working on and what this week's going to bring you and what you're excited about? What are you working on?
Right now, I'm working on accepting isolation. And I am also patting myself on the back because I recently wrote a prelude, a really short book about my life. And I also started the application to be on TED Talk, and then I got nervous, so I backed out from completing the application. And this is what I mean about opportunities. I've had two people from the TED Talk community ask me to come on board, and I was just afraid. So these are some of the things that I'm working on to just believe that, Nadia, look, you graduated with your PhD, you finished everything that you start, but why don't you go forward? And that's what I'm working on right now, is just going forward, because everything is at arm's reach for me right now, but I am just so afraid. Like it's this weird fear. I can't even describe it, but that's what I'm working on now.
Yeah.
Is getting over.
Yeah. Okay. So Nadia is a PhD graduate, published author, not just a little book. You are an author, period, and dot. And you're getting opportunities to be on TED, to do a TED Talk. This is incredible. So what's missing? Because I know you said the fear's creeping up, fear of success, fear of failure, all these things that, what do you think's missing?
I think for me, what's missing is the expectation of others. Like I noticed, and I've been noticing this over the years. As soon as I step on the platform, everyone is eager to hear from me. They're chasing me. They're running me down, and I become afraid of that. And that's what it is. It's that expectation. I know I have it, but I think I'm just really afraid of what comes along with it.
Being seen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's totally common. It's not weird at all, because it's all part of it. And that's why it's so important to get around other people that are doing that. Right. So let's definitely connect. Did you listen to Rachel's talk before with the Level Up community?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. So let me connect you because I know that Rachel is working on her TED Talk. We had a talk yesterday about me getting into TED as well. So everyone's going after big, audacious, bodacious goals, scary things, right? And so we're doing it together in a beautiful community. So it's less scary that way. So that's kind of where I was thinking. I was going with the question of what's missing is perhaps the community of other people that are doing those very things.
I agree.
Yeah. So let's definitely connect. I'd love to connect you. Let's get you moving. And also in my community too, we do co-working sessions on Fridays. So they're virtual co-working sessions for an hour in the afternoon. So one of my team members, Tammy Sanborn, she hosts those, and they're incredible sessions. So it's a great way to get to network with other people and take massive action in literal short bursts of time. You basically show up to the session and you say, here's what I'm working on for the next 20 minutes. And I'm going to send a couple emails. I'm going to finally apply for that TED Talk. I'm going to, start a website. I'm going to create an event and, teach a course, whatever that is. You can get so much done. And then we check in with each other, do a quick check-in, see how we're doing, ask questions, network, support each other, cheer each other on. And then we go back in for another segment. It's an incredible way to get some massive action and support. So just another thought for you, a tip. You're welcome to join us this Friday. And every Friday.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Thank you. You are so welcome. It's so great to meet you, Nadia. I'm cheering you on. Remember, universe likes speed. It likes action. And we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So let's do it. Let's go after it.
And if you notice, my name, my tag is at the cross radio. I went up to about, I think it was 7K listeners, and I became so nervous, and I just I pulled out, and but I know this is it. It's mandatory, and this is my deadline. 2023 December. This is it. That's it. I have to get over this. I look forward.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I look forward to being part of the community on Friday.
Yes. Who do you help, Nadia? Who's your audience that you're serving?
I serve inner city young girls. I also have my Dear Church Girl group. I talk with them a lot virtually, and right now I'm working on Marriage Takes Time to Be Married.
Love it. Awesome. Where are you located physically, if you don't mind me asking?
I live in New York. I'm located in the Bronx.
Oh, okay. I'll be there for Fashion Week in a couple weeks.
Oh,
we should
good.
meet up.
Okay.
I'll be there for a couple days.
I would love that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's definitely connect. Yeah. Okay. So one last tip. I know I have to close the room here in a minute, but the reason why I asked you who you serve, remember when we compare ourselves to others, we're thinking about ourselves. We're worried about us being seen when really it's about everyone else. You have a servant heart. You have a gift. You have a gift to speak. You have a gift to share. And sounds like you're a child of God too, just like everyone else, right? And so if you don't step into your gifts and you don't take action, you're robbing the people that need to hear that message right now. Every single second, every single day that goes by, those girls, the girls that need to hear you, those women that need to hear you, those women that need to see you going after your dreams and goals, you're robbing them.
Oh my God. Oh wow, that hit. That really hit me just now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So why not you?
I never saw it that way. Oh wow.
And I didn't either until I did. And that's what makes me unstoppable. So there's no failure. I can't wait to see what's possible. Thank you for sharing, Nadia.
Thank you for my breakthrough. I think I just got it.
Embrace your gift.
Wow. Wow. Your gifts will make room for you.
Mm-hmm. They always do. I don't know who else has chills running through their body, but I know I do.
My Lord. I thank you.
You're welcome. Cheering you on. You're not alone. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for being available and existing. Thank you.
Anyone else on stage care to share?
Hi, this is Journey.
Hey, Journey. How are you?
I actually, while she was speaking, I walked outside so that way I could speak. I've been at work listening. And normally on Mondays, I'll say I'm usually in a meeting and then offline and not available this late onto Clubhouse. But for some reason, I guess it stayed running through my meeting today. And I'm glad it did because I just want to say thank you for the motivation and everything that you provided. I just came out of probably six straight years of taking losses in life that sent me into a very deep depression. And I've come out of that and I'm slowly getting my life back on track, both with my mental health and my physical health. I have been someone who has been morbidly obese my entire life since elementary school. And I finally have visited doctors and I'm on a GLP-1 medication, and today marks the end of the first month and I'm down 17 pounds. So everything that you said really resonated me, both on the physical aspect and the mental one. And I just wanted to say thank you for that motivation and that encouragement that you've given. You definitely have not reached anybody else. You've definitely reached me today. So I appreciate everything so much. And I've joined your Facebook group.
Awesome, Journey. Thank you so much for sharing. So powerful. Cheering you on. Happy 1 month and just one day at a time, one step at a time. Keep going after it. And reach out. I look forward to seeing your journey, pun intended. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. We have about 1 more minute. I have to close the room here. Does anybody else care to share any other thoughts, comments?
Hey, thanks, Crystal, for that amazing share. I really love the interaction between yourself and Nadia. That really gave me chills, actually. That's what it's about. So thank you so much, Crystal, for all you do. And every week you deliver gems. Thank you.
Thank you, Tosh. Thank you for being here as always. You're incredible. All right, one last, for those of you who are in the audience here on Clubhouse, make sure you're following everyone here on stage and go make it a great day. Go after your dreams and goals. Stop slipping on them. All right, keep reaching out for help. Follow people on Instagram, follow them, but not to compare. Use it to inspire yourself to go after, because you too are capable of achieving your greatness and going after your dreams and goals. So one day at a time, one step at a time, one rep at a time, keep going like your life depends on it, because it does. So go have a great day. Happy Monday, everyone. I love you all. We'll see you next week. And in Club.
Love you too.
Yeah.